to another episode of Stinker Madness. I am Justin, and with me is Sam and Jackie. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Good. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh,
We're all fine down here. Yeah. Everything's fine. How are you?
How are you? Boring conversation anyways. What's going on? Anything you guys have for me today? Fun stuff? Any news?
Oh, no holds barred.
Oh, well, yes. We came out of the gate hot today, didn't we? Started watching Stinkers today, and boy, oh boy, I really think it's going to be hard to come back,
to top no holds barred. Yeah, that speaking of Netflix do's and don'ts, a do would be watch No Holds Barred.
Stop whatever you're doing and go watch No Holds Barred.
Even though this episode is about Invasion USA with Chuck Norris.
That is true. Well, it's not about, but we are going to watch Invasion USA with Chuck Norris probably next.
Next, yes.
Yeah, which better just kick so much ass.
Well, it is the most haywire of the Norris movies. More stuff happens in Invasion USA than any Norris movie. Missing in Action sort of comes close, but not, maybe about halfway. This is haywire. It's our dear friend Roman's favorite Norris movie. It's not my favorite because I'm very partial to Forced Vengeance.
I have not seen
even
that.
Though it's not near as much fun as this. This is easily the most fun of any Norris movie.
To be 100% honest with you, the only Norris movie I've ever seen is Lone Wolf McQuade.
And that was just recently?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I'm just not a big Norris fan.
It's because you haven't watched enough of it.
I guess, maybe.
This might send you off. In fact, this is a good starter film to people who have little experience with Norris. In terms of the film itself, it is one of the Mullet Norris movies versus...
I do like Mullet Norris. I prefer Mullet Norris.
I prefer Tight Norris, the tight haircut with the mustache, as seen in Forced Vengeance.
I don't like bearded Norris.
The Expendables.
The Expendables.
He
had
Expendables
bearded
too.
Norris, yeah.
Yeah.
He's bearded Norris.
He was bearded, short-haired Norris.
Yeah.
He's old Norris.
Yeah, he's old as shit Norris.
Okay, but he does... I just want to warn the listeners here that in this movie, that I haven't seen yet, but I have seen the cover of this movie, and he's definitely had his hair curled for this flick.
No, it's just...
A lot of Aquanet.
Curlers?
Dude, he's got curled hair underneath.
No, his hair is just curly.
And then he's got this bouffant thing in the middle of his forehead.
It's
that
a mullet.
kind of pinwheels away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. So yeah, we'll have a follow-up episode to this about Invasion USA. I haven't seen it. Jackie's never seen it. Sam obviously has seen it. So pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff that rather than after we watch it, little beforehand tidbits about Invasion USA.
Bring it.
It was directed by Joseph Zito. And Joe Zito...
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Joe Zito will direct some of their favorites, Missing in Action being one of them, Red Scorpion being another.
Yes, Red Scorpion with Dolph Lundgren.
Fun. And also Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which happened to be followed by 6 more Friday the 13ths prior to Freddy versus Jason and then the current reboot.
It's like Friday the 13th 4, basically.
Yes, it is. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th 20.
Which is the first Friday the 13th movie that I saw.
They also did that with Freddy. Freddy's dead. Friday the 13th 3.
He was never alive. He was a dream man.
Yeah, but one of them was called Freddy's Dead, and that was supposed to be the last one, and then they did 20 more of them.
Yeah.
All of them are awful.
Actually, the Joseph Zito version of Friday the 13th was supposed to make Jason Voorhees no longer the protagonist. And the Corey Feldman's character was then supposed to become the protagonist for the film series.
Really?
And was in the next, in Friday the 13th Part 5, Tommy, I think his name is the protagonist. And then, or the antagonist, I guess.
What the hell does he do?
He becomes Jason, basically. And then in Friday the 13th Part 6, they just abandon everything and go back to, it's called Jason Lives, I believe. But also, as we were talking about last week, when Canon was planning on doing Spider-Man,
right,
and they wanted to make this is the year before they did Masters of the Universe. They made this movie.
Oh, so we're back-to-back canoning.
Yeah, this is Menahem Golan Yoram Globus. Yeah,
Like, this is the height
of Canon Films.
Of Canon Films.
When MGM and Canon are sort of in bed together.
Wow.
So, Joe Zito was slated to direct Spider-Man before they didn't make enough money to do it.
All right.
So that's the most fun fact I have with Joe Zito.
Huh.
This is also written in part by Chuck Norris.
All right.
One of the only films written by Chuck Norris in part.
Sure.
I think Forest Warrior may have been written story-wise by him. I'm not sure, but it's actually quite terrible. Richard Lynch is not the bad guy from MacGyver.
He's
As
not.
I said,
Oh, bummer.
He's in a lot of other movies, most notably The Sword and the Sorcerer, which you guys have not seen, but I have. It also has an actor, Billy Drago, who, again, one of my favorite series, Briscoe County Jr., he was the main bad guy. You guys didn't watch that, but he's also the main bad guy in the Untouchables movie.
Yeah.
That's Billy Drago.
Yeah.
Most people will know him from that and not Briscoe County
He's
Jr.
Al Capone.
Fun facts about the movie. There was a novelization made to this film.
Oh,
they made
great.
a novel of Invasion USA.
Yeah, I bet you that was quality.
There was a sequel done.
I hope
Norris,
it had pictures.
Yeah.
Probably.
Norris usually doesn't like to do sequels. He, in fact, doesn't like to do movies. As I read a quote of his, is that he just likes to do different stuff. And he was so in charge of his own destiny as an action star that he was able to pretty much do whatever he wanted to. And Canon Films was basically propped up. One of the three legs, if it was a stool, was Chuck Norris. Like, his movies kept Canon Films alive for a long time. There was a sequel made to it. He
Somebody
obviously
had to, because they couldn't.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it. So Michael Dudikoff is in the sequel Avenging Force with Steve James, who are the team that is behind all of the American Ninja movies, which are also awesome and you should watch.
Have you seen that? Invasion USA? Or
I've never seen Avenging Force.
Oh, we got to put that on the list.
We should put it on the list.
Dudikoff.
Dudikoff is awesome.
Okay. Well, he's not.
No, he's terrible. But he's a surfer that they're like, you should be in a movie. And he was like, okay. And then, 30 years later, he's like, I'm kind of rich. Wow. Like, he's, as a movie star and an actor, totally not awesome. As a human, awesome.
I just kind of dropped on in and got pitted.
Yeah. Now, here is the most odd piece of trivia surrounding Invasion USA. As of 2007... Invasion USA was the number 2 selling home video in the entire MGM catalog.
Wow.
Behind only Gone with the Wind. Only Gone with the Wind has sold more on home video than this movie.
Wow. On VHS.
Just home video in general. DVD, VHS. As of 2007, the home video market for MGM's catalog, this was number 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
So everybody on Earth has seen this movie except for Jackie and I.
Yeah.
Huh. How about that? Well, that'll be fun.
That's all. That's what my
that's a good setup.
History of
that's setting the bar high.
Yeah.
That's man, this thing is it's gonna have to be amazing because
it's amazing. I'm not worried that you guys are going to be, that's not very... That was a letdown. Invasion USA is not a letdown.
All right.
It's freaking ridiculous.
It sounds like a really bad summer song that a boy band would sing.
Invasion USA.
Or girls.
Yeah.
We're going to invade the USA.
With lots of
Clap. My shopping bag.
Clap tracks. And
shopping bag?
Shut up, Nick.
Yeah. There was apparently a 1952 movie named Invasion USA as well that is unrelated completely. They just have the same name. This is not a remake or anything.
That's not very interesting. Netflix do's and don'ts. Obviously
no holds barred.
Obviously no holds barred with Hulk Hogan and Debo, Tiny Lester.
Do it.
Stop listening and just go watch it, and then start listening again.
And then watch Invasion USA after you listen to this, and then listen to the next episode after you watch Invasion USA.
Maybe have a sandwich in between the two of them, because you should probably also eat. But that's just good life advice for me. Meltdown.
Meltdown
with Casper Van Dien.
It's real hard to go wrong with Casper.
It is.
That guy is just... He doesn't do much either.
It is not a good movie.
It's terrible.
Like it's real dumb. It is just so impossibly stupid that I couldn't believe it. But at the end, you clap. Because
the end is so stupid.
The climax is the dumbest thing that's ever existed. But essentially the plot is the world heats up because they knock Earth off its orbit.
Yeah.
And they have zany business after that. Zany business ensues. Death Machine.
Death Machine is a do.
With Brad Dourif.
I can't remember the gal that's in it. She used to be a model.
And
you know what? I did not like Death Machine.
Oh my god, you blew it. Holy donuts! Yeah, Death Machine is a good one. Brad Dourif invents a killer robot.
Which, really good stop frame animation.
Yeah, it was actually kind of impressive. And usually, like, in those, like, early bad movies where there's, like, some huge monster robot, they'll only show you, like its arm or something in one frame, but, like, there's a whole robot walking around. It's obviously not as...
It takes them a while to do a full reveal of
it. But it's like, it was actually kind of an impressive...
It looks better than RoboCop.
Oh, yeah. It looks
I don't know, dude. I was so damn bored.
RoboCop.
I walked away from that movie. I just couldn't finish it. I was just like, oh, and we're to the end. I will come back now and see the monster robot that has been hiding this entire movie.
It gets pretty silly here and there. Don't. Post-mortem with Charles Sheen.
Oh, yeah, that was a... I didn't mind Post-mortem.
It was just so dumb and like... It just seemed like one of those... Another crappy... that crappy author that writes all the dead people quotes.
Clive Cussler?
No, the one that everybody likes that sucks so bad. Like, Kiss the Girls and...
James Patterson.
It was like one of those crappy movies.
It was basically... I think that's what it was doing.
Well, yeah,
James Patterson is doing
predictable.
What that was.
Yeah, it was completely predictable.
But, the storyline wasn't bad. The acting was all shit, though.
The bad guy was completely inept. But they did film it in 10 days. And
it was an Albert Pune movie.
And Charlie...
Some sweet shots of Ireland.
Charles Sheen only worked on it for 6 days. He was done in 6 days.
That's why there was so much of the car without him noticed. Like, you see him get into the car
I think it was actually because he was shit-faced. He gets in and out of the car, but he never drives the car.
But you see the car driving around a lot to film.
They had to cut. There's one scene in it where he gets into the car. They cut to just a shot of, like, a building, and then they cut back and the car drives off. Obviously not Charles Sheen. He was either high on coke or drunk as shit. And it's interesting because his character is also drunk as shit during the whole movie. So,
but he's winning.
He's winning.
He was winning. Yeah.
I would not recommend Postmortem, but
I would recommend it if you are really bored and you're just desperate.
There's so much other things you could be doing with your time, like No Holds Barred, and then in fact, I insist that people just go watch No Holds Barred, and then I want to hear people talk about it on our website, which, if you aren't aware, is at stinkermadness.com. There is a forum that you can create an account, log in, and start bullshitting with us. So do that. Oh, and also follow us on Google+. What's your do's and don'ts, anybody? Netflix do's and don'ts?
That was it.
Yeah, we didn't get a whole lot of
I watched
series.
Mad Men this week. It doesn't really go on a stinker Mad.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Star Wars Clone Wars. But, well, how about that? Okay, well, we need to pause for a quick commercial. Alright, I've got the coolest thing for you. It's called Ticket Network. You might have heard of it, but I'll tell you more about it. Ticket Network allows you to buy and sell tickets to a multitude of events, including sports, theater, concerts, Vegas shows, and so much more. We all want to go see the Book of Mormon, but you've heard how hard it is to get tickets. Well, just buy someone else's. I went right to their homepage, clicked the Book of Mormon, and found tickets in LA shows for this weekend. You can get MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, college sports, golf, UFC fighting, you name it. And the great part of it all is they've got live ticket agents ready to help you, last minute availability, and up to 15% lower on pricing than the competition. Order your event tickets today by going to stinkermadness.com/tickets. That's stinkermadness.com/tickets. I wanted to add a new segment. Stinkers in theaters.
Oh, what we used to call, Roman and Mark and I called Bad Movie Day field trips.
Bad Movie Day field trip. Yeah, that's a good one. Noah's cashing in all of the money.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
despite being
magical,
goofy.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Captain America, it would be number one at the box office this week. Already up to, after 2 weeks, $78 million domestically, which is pretty good.
I didn't think it was going to make 50 altogether. So
yeah, exactly. And isn't that like Aronofsky's most profitable movie up at this point?
Well, I mean, it will be, but I thought that Black... What was that ballet one?
No, that made all
Black
the money
Swan?
in
Black Swan.
in DVD rentals.
I thought it made 200 before it got...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it made 200 domestically.
That's a good movie.
I didn't see it.
The Wrestler didn't make any money, which is the most awesome movie of all time. Need for Speed with Aaron Paul. I don't know what to make of it.
It looks terrible.
It looks terrible, but is it like fast terrible, or is it like... Are they trying to do something different, or is it just another fast movie called Need for Speed?
I think it's probably another fast movie called Need for Speed.
I'm fine with that.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah. Need for Speed is high up on my priority to-do list. As soon as that's at the Dollar Theater, I'm going.
Yeah.
Sabotage with Schwoz.
That's my number one on the list of...
It is not doing well.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, nobody's going to watch that, unfortunately, which I'm kind of surprised, because...
It has Schwoz and it has 2 generations of Terminator, because Sam Worthington is in it as well.
Am I, like, the only person on the planet that's, like, seriously excited about Schwoz being back into the business? Like,
Maybe.
Why is nobody going and seeing these movies at all? Like, the Escape Plan was awesome. Nobody went and saw that. The Last Stand was awesome. Nobody went and saw that. Why? Why is nobody seeing these movies? I don't get it.
I don't know, my brain kind of stopped when you mentioned Captain America.
Oh,
like, I love you, Captain America.
Yeah, we're going to go see Captain America on Tuesday, so along with everybody else on the planet. But
Captain America, you're so handsome.
I've got another one of your crushes next. Liam Neeson.
Yay!
In Non-Stop.
Totally want to go see that just because it's Liam Neeson.
Oh, yeah. I'll watch anything that guy does. That's because they're all so stupid. I like to think...
He's like a second coming of Harrison Ford. Not like that they have much in common. The only thing they have in common is like too old to be an action star in 4 action movies a year.
Yeah, exactly. And except for Neeson is so much better at it. But
I don't know.
Harrison Ford just acts crazy.
Clear and Present Danger and what was the other? His 2 Jack Ryan movies.
Those are so
good.
old. Those are so old. I'm talking about.
But he was like 50 when he was doing it.
Yeah, he's doing action movies now, and he sucks at it.
Well, he sucks at it now. Like the last of it was Air Force One. When, hey, Mister, get the hell off my plane. And then was like, does anyone have any coffee? Because I'm really tired.
Yeah, he does look tired. But Neeson, I want to go back to Liam Neeson because Non-Stop is the plane movie. He's on the plane punching people.
Air Marshal.
Yeah, he's the Air Marshal. I like to think that he's on the plane to go to the Taken movie. Like, that's how he goes to get his daughter back. This is the adventure he has while leaving America to go to France to get his daughter with his particular set of skills.
All of Liam Neeson's loner action movies are just like the Chronicles of Neeson.
Right, exactly. Like this is life. What he did on Tuesday.
This is actually a documentary series about what he does when he's not in movies that are serious, where there's Oscar consideration.
That's what I dream about at night. Liam Neeson's life and how cool he is. And Jackie has a serious crush on him, which I think is weird. I don't think he's a very handsome man, but whatever.
It's the...
sloping forehead?
Yeah. No, it's not the sloping forehead, Dick. It's his voice. His voice is just so, like, wow.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah, I don't even care what this movie is about. I could just close my eyes and listen to you talk. Because,
and I'm Qui-Gon.
You know.
And Rob Roy.
And I'm Rob Roy as well.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, whatever. Just talk to me. They're handsome. Okay, maybe you've got a sloping forehead, but I don't care. I do think he's a little handsome. I wouldn't say no if he was like, hey, can I take you out for a cup of coffee? I'd be like, yeah.
He's essentially the Tom Jones of the movie industry. Like, if you go to a Liam Neeson movie at the theater, ladies take off their giant panties and throw them at it at the movie screen, and then they have to go and pick up their panties.
Which I will give Liam Neeson's tall, and he does have, like, there's qualities that women as a whole like in him, whereas Tom Jones is sort of a small, greasy-haired, curly Australian guy, and it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but cool guy. I got just some news. Carl Urban is really trying to get Dredd 2 made. Like, he is wanting to put all of his money
into Dredd.
I
2. Would like to see Dredd 2 made.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought that was a really sure, it was a confinement film, but it had to be budget-wise, and at the same time, it was a faithful adaptation, and it was, like, when I was watching, I was like, this is 2000 AD.
Total
This is
non-stop
Judge Dredd,
action
yeah.
was what it was.
I'm not even sure I saw Dredd.
No, you didn't see Dredd. I think you were in California that week, which is unfortunate because Dredd's pretty rad. Yeah, so hopefully that gets done.
It did break even, so that's...
Yeah, but they specifically said, nope, we're never doing this again. Which I don't know why. Because they'll fucking do RoboCop and make it suck. Which, nobody we know has seen it, and... I think I'm boycotting it. Like, if it comes on DVD...
I don't know, did anybody go see
I'm going to
it?
boycott it, because it just angers me so bad that it's PG-13.
Oh, yeah.
Just
RoboCop is...
They do not deserve my money. At all.
Oh, and speaking of bad movies not to go see in the theater, is the 300, the new 300.
Oh, yeah, that's a stinker.
Everybody that I've heard that went and saw that thing was like, disappointment.
Well, disappointment.
Well, I mean...
why did you even, like,
go.
where did you get appointed
Yeah, why bother?
this is going to be awesome? No, it's going to be dumb.
It's going to be terrible.
Like, I don't understand the concept behind those
Yeah,
things.
that's a borrow it from your mom when they buy it at a discount bin. And they're like, I got this, the sequel to 300, I'm going to watch it tonight. I got it for $5 at the Walmart. And you're like, hey, can I borrow that?
$1.
I liked
dollar.
the best part about the whatever Rise of an Empire, and I think as it's called, I believe, is that it's the sequel to 300 made by no one who was involved at any level with the first film, which honestly is shiny and mediocre.
Yeah, it's very shiny. Very, very shiny. It's essentially Avatar. Pretty colors.
Yeah. I watched
There was
it
a lot
about...
of color in that movie.
In 300?
Oh, yeah.
That's
In
just
the
how you
first
just...
one?
Yeah, that's how you just describe it.
It's like a whole bunch of gray and
No,
some
it's really
fairy
quite
dudes
colorful.
and some red.
pretty
It's
colors.
quite colorful. I just watched it about 4 months ago.
Dead bodies.
To revisit it to make sure that I thought it was terrible, and unfortunately, I didn't find it to be completely terrible. I was
really?
This is really... It's just a mediocre action movie. It's not bad.
I still don't know what they were doing with the unnecessary Gerard Butler ass, because... Like,
That's for the ladies.
Yeah.
no,
for the
everybody
ladies.
laughed at the theater. Like,
Yeah.
Old people were like, what the hell? Why is his ass out? It makes no sense. Here's his ass. And he's just standing in the balcony looking out on Sparta with his dong hanging out for all of the Spartans to see, like, hey, it's our king's dong. Huh.
Oh, yeah, he's at it again.
Wait, put your pants on, king. So, yeah. That's it.
Invasion USA up next.
Yeah. What's our closer? Oh, don't get chlamydia.
No, don't get herpes.
Don't get herpes. It stinks.
Herpes.
Okay.